Hey everyone, I've come out of my grave to give you guys a quick little rambling style video of something I've observed about the Switch 2 that no one's really seemed to mention yet. A lot of people like me had this paranoia that Miis would be removed from the Switch 2, as less and less Switch games seem to support them, and the fact that they were buried in the settings of the Switch made people feel like Nintendo was just trying to push them under the rug. However, recent filings with Nintendo and the FCC have kind of indirectly confirmed that they are coming back. Basically, the right Switch 2 Joy-Con is confirmed to have an NFC reader, just like the classic Switch 1 Joy-Con. Not only is this very exciting for people like me who love Toys to Life and Amiibo, it's good to know that there will still work on the Switch 2, even if it's just for backwards compatibility purposes. I do love Amiibo and Toys to Life, and I just love seeing that these little things are still being supported in the Big 25. But that's not why this is important. The reason why I think this is so interesting is because it indirectly confirms that Miis are coming back. You may be confused as to how this confirms that Miis are coming back, but for those who use Amiibo often like I do, you will know that if you try to set up an Amiibo on the Switch, it prompts you to give it a name and assign a Mii to it. Pay attention to this footage in the background. Here it is. You can see that this Amiibo's name is Mario, and its owner is me, and it's using a Mii. So yeah, if Amiibos are still compatible on the Switch 2, by that logic, Miis are also still on the Switch 2. So yeah, it's good to know that Nintendo still cares about Miis enough to put them on their next generation console. Admittedly, I feel like me and a lot of other people were probably concerned if the Miis were still going to be on the Switch 2, because Nintendo showing support for Miis in games and whatnot kind of seemed a bit inconsistent, especially ever since the 2020s started. The most that Miis got ever since 2020 was a remake of Miitopia, which seemed a bit out of left field, and a new Wii Sports game called Switch Sports. But the thing is that they were almost entirely replaced by these new characters called Sportsmates. And no, this is not a Sportsmates hate video. I do kind of like the Sportsmates. But the Miis were still in that game just for the people who really wanted them, but they weren't a real selling point of that game, is that, hey, you could play as your Mii. They kind of just put them in Switch Sports because I feel like it would be a crime if they didn't. Watching all of that happen made it really seem like the Miis were on their way out, and it was really unfortunate because they are still some of the most interesting and appealing character creators that we've ever gotten, and they were one of the first. Sportsmates, Xbox avatars, MetaQuest avatars, none of them have ever come close to being as iconic as the Miis are, so it would be a real shame if they were removed from the Switch 2. But fortunately, it seems like that's not what Nintendo's doing. Now, to the extent of which Miis will be used on the Switch 2, I have no idea. They could still very well make games that use Miis. I would hope that Mario Kart 9 has at least a Mii character option. Maybe they don't have to go crazy with the costumes from Tour, but just at least put the Miis in there. That's definitely the dream scenario, is that Nintendo keeps making games where Miis are playable characters, but it's hard for me to say that they'll do that. Once again, this could also just be for the sake of Amiibo and how it's for backwards compatibility's sake. It's just so that games like Smash Brothers or Mario Kart don't have features that are just entirely gutted because they removed Amiibo and Miis. And yeah, now that I'm kind of saying it out loud, it does make sense. It's clear that Amiibo and Miis are returning to the Switch 2 just for the sake of backwards compatibility. The dream scenario is that we still get Amiibo and that we still get Miis, but at the same time, it's hard to say anyone other than nerds like us still really care about them. I mean, I do think a lot of casuals still care about Miis, but just not enough for Nintendo to implement Mii support in every new game that they make. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to make this quick little rambling video because I haven't really seen anyone else talking about it. But for anyone who kind of had fears that Miis would be gone on the Switch 2, I wouldn't worry about it because it seems like they're integral to a lot of the backwards compatibility that the Switch 2 will have. So that's pretty much it. See ya.